Hello, Facebook friends, Instagram friends. My name is Amanda Creech with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Network Realty, Closing Deals and Heels. I am doing both Facebook Live and Instagram Live today, so if I go back and forth between looking at my cameras, that is why. But I'm here today with a real estate market update. These numbers are actually all from July of this year. From the Northeast Florida Association of Realtors. That's the most up-to-date numbers we have right now. But before I get started, I wanted to take just a moment to remember this day in history. It is really hard to believe that it was 17 years ago when the planes hit the Twin Towers. And I'm sure everyone listening remembers where they were and what they were doing. I know I was sitting in my sophomore biology class and they rolled in a TV and turned it on and we were all just in shock. No one knew what was happening. And then just thinking about how much has changed in our world since then in those 17 years. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank those that have served our country since then and have sacrificed so much to defend our country and our freedom. And for those that lives were taken that day and those that sacrificed their lives that day to save others, just you will never ever be forgotten. So just wanted to take a moment to reflect on that. Oh, that always gets me emotional. So let's talk about real estate market, what's going on. Definitely some great stuff. We have new listings are up 17% this month to a total of about 3,800 listings on the market in Northeast Florida. This is great news for buyers because we've had low inventory over the last year or so. And now with it being up like 17%, you definitely have some more options out there. That's great news for buyers. It's still kind of a seller's market, so I don't want people to think it's not a seller's market anymore, but it's great that there is more inventory coming out. Prices are also continuing to gain traction. The median sales price is up 11% since last year in Northeast Florida. It's up to about $224,000. Now, if you don't like to think in median and you like to think average, the average sales price is up 10% from last year to $268,000. So if you're going out and buying a home in Northeast Florida, that's kind of your average price points right now. I also just pulled a news release from the Federal Housing Finance Agency to get some numbers on a national level. And I thought this was really interesting. So this is applicable to anyone all over the country, that home prices rose in all 50 states between the second quarter of 2017 and the second quarter of 2018. So it's not just Florida and Jacksonville that home prices are going up, it's across the entire US. I also found it interesting that out of the 50 states, Florida ranked 7th for the highest house price appreciation with an 8.53% appreciation rate. What's even more tremendous is that you take that number over the last 5 years, homes in Florida have appreciated 55%, which really makes me wish I had bought my home 5 years ago and not 2 years ago. But that's just a huge number for those that have owned their home, for the last 5-6 years to think, it could have appreciated up to 55%. That's amazing. So before I break down numbers from the different areas in Jacksonville, which I'm going to get to in a second, I also wanted to touch on interest rates. Complete full disclosure, I'm not a lender, I'm not a mortgage specialist by any means. I do have a few really great lenders I can refer you to for more information on interest rates and the loan process. But one of the big questions I get is questions on rates. What does the interest rates look like? So I pulled a most recent rate sheet, and kind of what's going on right now is you're looking around a 4.625% interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage and a 4.125% interest rate for 15-year fixed mortgage. Now remember, that these rates can really vary widely depending on a number of different factors, one of them being your credit. But I do want to point out how much you can save if you're able to do a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage. The amount of money and interest you're saving, think about this, 4.125% versus 4.625% between a 15 and 30-year mortgage. So yes, your monthly payments are going to be higher, but you're going to be saving so much money in the long run if you can afford to do that. Another question I get all the time is it still a seller's market? I probably get this almost every day. And the answer is yes, but the home needs to be priced right. And many of the homes that are sitting on the market, especially in the lower price points, for longer than a few months, are probably overpriced, which is why they're not selling. So on average right now in Northeast Florida, homes under $200,000 are selling in 46 days. So most homes take 45 days to close. So if you do the math, that means the home is going under contract within 24 hours of going on the market. So if you're out there, if you're a home buyer and you're looking under $200,000 price point, you need to go see that house the day it goes on the market, and you need to put in an offer the day it goes on the market. And it probably has to be for list price. That's just what's happening in that price point right now. Now, if we are going up a little bit higher to the $200,000 to $300,000 price point, they're selling in about 63 days, which is still pretty quick. That means usually in the first couple weeks, they're going under contract. And then the $300,000 to $500,000 range, you're seeing in about 83 days. Still, we're not looking at these houses sitting on the market for 6-7 months. If they're priced right, they're going pretty quickly. I guess you can all see my cat that just jumped up behind me. That's what happens when you work from home. So once you get over the $500,000 price point, they're taking about 100 days to sell, which still isn't that long considering you do have less people that are buying in that price point. But again, I have to emphasize the home has to be priced with market value. If it's overpriced, it's not going to sell, it's not going to appraise. So don't think that you can price your home $20,000 over what the other 3 homes in your neighborhood have all sold for, and then it's going to sell, because it probably isn't, unless it's just, out with everything, upgrades galore. It needs to be priced within a reasonable point of what other things are selling in your neighborhood. So kind of to finish up my market report, I like to break down the regions in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is such a huge area with so many different pockets of different price points. People always like to know, what are homes going for in my area? So I'm going to go through these. If you miss it, send me a message. I can send you a full, really long report that breaks down each of these areas in detail. So you can shoot me a private message. You can email me at creechrealtor@gmail.com. And I'm happy to send you this full report as well, which has a wealth of information in it. So let's start with Southside, Mandarin, Bartram area. Median sales price is $235,000, up 4.4% from last year. Riverside, Avondale, Ortega, median sales price $294,000, up 9.6% from last year. Arlington, Fort Caroline, median sales price $192,000, up 10.2% from last year. West Jacksonville is up 15.1% at $175,000. I actually sold a house in this area for around the same price point, really close to NAS in the spring. And I'm not lying, within 24 hours of going to the market, we got like over 8 offers. It was insane. My phone was blowing up within an hour of the house going live on the MLS, and we did sell it for over list price. So just full disclosure from the seller side, that's how quickly they're going. Fleming Island is up 4.7% to $268,000. Jacks Beach is up 7.1%. $385,000 is your median price out there, and definitely have some more new listings. So 642 listings on the market so far this year in Jacks Beach, compared to 581 last year at this point. So again, we're getting more homes coming on the market, which is great for buyers. If you want to live in Neptune Beach, wait till you hear this number. Prices are up 23% since last year at this time. to 450,000. Only 89 new listings to date this year in the market, and just 10 in the month of July. So if you want to live in Neptune Beach, you better get on that as soon as it comes on the market, because those houses are going fast. Atlantic Beach is up almost 4% to 425,000. Moving down into St. Johns County, I'd like to talk a little bit about Nocatee area, which is up 10% from last year to about 418,000. Plenty of homes here with 100 new listings in July alone. Now that does include new construction, but if you're looking to move into that area, lots of places to choose from. Let's see here, St. Johns County Northwest, which would be like Julington Creek area, you're up 7.3% to 316,000, and you had 329 new listings in July alone. So again, lots of homes on the market there if you're looking to move to that area. Now the most affordable part of St. Johns County to live in would be kind of the east of US 1 area. So this is where Beach Walk is, and this isn't the price point for Beach Walk, but that's kind of area I'm referring to, is St. Johns County, St. Augustine area, east of US 1. Your average home price is $290,000. So yeah, most affordable part of St. Johns County to move into if you're willing for a little bit further commute. But with the new 9B extension opening up, that should really eliminate some of those problems. So anyways, that's the numbers that I have for you guys today, folks. I'll be back again. I'll probably come back in November and do another market update. I like to do these every other month. Next week, I will actually be sitting down with a home stager to do a question and answer session on home staging. So make sure you tune into that next Thursday afternoon. And also don't forget to shop with my new Closing Deals and Heels Shop Local partner, Belle of the Boulevard. Maybe you've seen her pink truck around town. She's actually going to be doing a live Facebook video, I think either tomorrow night or tonight, showcasing some of her game day styles. So make sure you check her out. You can follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Belle of the Boulevard. Make sure you follow me on Facebook at Follow the Heels, and on Instagram at Follow the Heels 1. And thanks so much for tuning in, and I look forward to catching up with you all soon. Have a great rest of your day.